Great. So tonight we're going to finish working on the dark parts. Whatever we need to put here, we'll just put the figure right there. And I'm using here the same colors I used last week: burnt umber, Prussian blue or ultramarine blue, and white. So I'm going to start with Prussian blue or ultramarine blue for the jacket. That's pretty dark. That's okay. What we're going to do after is add a bit of white, but for now only Prussian blue. It gives us a good idea where the darks are and how they look. I think she has a hood, but honestly it's not important to be too
so you're using just Prussian blue?
Yeah, just okay. Prussian blue. It's not important it doesn't have to be accurate, as long as it looks, the shape looks okay. Yeah, that's good. Just bundled up. I'm going to do the same with the hat. All of these colors give me a good idea how the shape is looking in compared to the rest of the painting. Okay, so she does have a kind of high, it could be, the jacket itself is covering her mouth, and we will deal with this later on. Okay, same thing. I'm going to take Prussian blue, burnt umber, mix them together so I can get it almost black, dark. Same thing what we did for the walls here. And the same, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to take this color and put, filling with color is completely different than just looking at anything done with pencil, because all of a sudden you see volume, and that volume will give you a good idea if the shape you're putting there goes well in proportion and position with the rest of the painting. Boots. We can adjust all of this later on if there's anything to be adjusted. I'm going to switch to a round brush. I know, these are like shapes more than anything else, but once you get to, I like to paint boots and people and stuff like that, especially if the person or figure is big. It takes big part of it's like a focal point or part of the focal point. So let's paint it here. And then we can always add some snow around her boots to make them look a little bit less pronounced. Okay. So I'm going to push this out a bit. Give it a bit of a movement here so it's not flat. It has a bit of movement. All right, let's do the, I don't know what's happening here. I can't really see what's happening, but it's not important. That's just, it's not an important detail. She's probably wearing gloves. And the umbrella. The more we fill, the better, because we can see shapes in part of the shapes of the elements in here in terms of in relation to each other. Good. All right, that's good. We don't need to do much. The post will look really nice here, the red post. All right, there's one more dark. And it's going to be this right here. This part. Okay, done. Perfect. All right, I'm going to pause for a minute and then we'll come back. Right, so now I have here burnt sienna and burnt umber. I'm going to work on this part. I'm just going to put some burnt sienna mixed with a bit of burnt umber. And once we start working on the rest, okay, so we have here as well some burnt sienna. We can make the color a little bit more orangey, but for now it's a good color. Now, if here as well, some burnt sienna. And underneath the sign. So the burnt sienna mixed with a bit of burnt umber. It's not a very light, it's not a light color. So I'm mixing burnt sienna with a bit of burnt umber.
The front of the, it's a little bit darker, right?
Front
of the break.
Right here actually is lighter. Here.
Oh, lighter?
Yeah, this is kind of
it
darker.
It looks like brown. It looks like brown.
Yes, it is. It is brown right now. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to highlight it after. Yes, it does look like brown right now. You're right. Okay, so this is good. Right here, there's a bit of light brown. We'll put it on later, not because we want to follow exactly what's happening there, but just for variety. I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm gonna darken with, or actually I'll darken it right now, just like that, right here with burnt umber. Now we can take some of the burnt umber here, put a layer over here, because we're going to put a bit of orange in there eventually. I'm not worried about the word cafe because I can put it on, I can add it later on.
The same cafe are the same colors, right?
Yeah, just burnt sienna.
Just burnt sienna?
Yeah, just burnt sienna for now.
I thought it was red.
Oh, we will add the red after. We're just covering it right now because you don't want to put red right away on top. It will look too strong. So I'm putting a bit of burnt sienna just to prepare the base for the red that's going to come after.
Yeah.
So behind the sign, right here, there's a bit of building kind of. So it's not really a lot. So I'm going to use a gray, which is a combination. I'm going to mix burnt umber and blue, Prussian blue or ultramarine blue, and add white. That will give me a really nice gray. And with this gray, I'm just going to put a couple of lines behind here. A little bit more of a bit of white, and I'm just going to put lines that really don't have a meaning. Just to give it a movement. Anyway, snow is going to be over this, so it's going to cover most of it. The snow is going to cover a lot of it, not most, a lot. Not only. And while we're doing this, let's put, because we have the color, let's put some gray at the bottom of the sign. Same. Mix the same colors. A bit of white, and that will give me a really nice gray. Down here. So we're covering a lot of the base color that we have for now, and we will take it, then we will start working on refining all of this. But for now, that gives us a really good idea. All right, I'm gonna pause for a minute. All right, so now I'm going to highlight this part a bit with burnt sienna and white. Touch of white, very small amount of white. And if by the time I'm done, this is too light, because this is the brick on this wall, because the wall is facing a lighter part. If this is too light, I can glaze it back with burnt sienna. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll adjust anything that needs to be adjusted. Meanwhile, I'm going to take burnt umber again, Prussian blue or ultramarine blue, whatever you're using. So blue and brown. And kind of almost like a black color, the same color we were using before. And right here, although the snow is going to come over this part, so we don't really need to do much there. Actually, let me put more brown than blue. I'm going to put more brown to this. And then give this part. And in what? I'm going to add a bit of burnt sienna as well, so it's not too harsh. Let's put a line that goes down this way. Just so we don't keep, this doesn't look like it's just flat surface. A bit of interesting line here makes it look much nicer. Doesn't have to represent anything. It's just a detail in the architecture. Whatever there's in here, windows, columns, whatever they have. Okay, let's continue. Since I'm working with details, like with these colors, right here on this side, right there, right here, there is some kind of light that's coming from the inside. So I'm going to use burnt sienna for now. And this starts where this umbrella is, the corner of this umbrella. I'm going to go here, put a line, go down, slightly down. Let me put some white in here so you can see what I'm doing. Even if I have to go back and darken it. And again, it doesn't have to represent anything. It's just kind of inside. The cafe is lit. There's light coming out, coming from the inside of the cafe. It's on an kind of an angle. Darker, a bit darker. And we will add a bit of burnt yellow ochre when we start using yellow ochre. Let's take some of this gray. That has a bit of blue in it. And brown. just opens up this kind of this part, so it doesn't look too dark. Once we start adding a little bit of detail for the door or the architectural column or whatever they have here, it will make more sense. Again, a little bit of that same, just put a little bit of a blob in here of brown. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to start putting some snow. Just again, not too detailed, just kind of for us to see what's happening in here. So I'm mixing blue, white, and I want this snow to be dark right now. It doesn't, not white, more blue. Actually, even a bit of gray in it, a bit of tiny bit of burnt umber in here too. Tone it down. It's going to dry dark, very dark, which is, it's okay, good. We want that. Because we can highlight it. I'm going to go a little bit darker here. That's too much, too light. I'm going to go darker by using blue and a bit of burnt umber for the snow right there, right here. That's better. Now, let's put the umbrella. Anything else? Oh yeah, here. Beautiful. There we go. Darken a bit the snow again. Sometimes the snow is sitting far away and it's not too strong. Okay, darken this one too. Shouldn't look too white. All right, before I continue with this one down here, I'm just going to add a bit right here. And all right, let's see, right here underneath, you know where the corner of this sign, go down a bit and then give it kind of a bit of a snow happening here on an angle, then straight. And then down here again, I would say right about here, a bit more of snow, because this is snow sitting on whatever architectural detail is there. You know, it could be a ledge, it could be kind of a, but it gives it a much more, a very interesting look. Okay, so I would say there is a line that's going down here, and then we have again a bit of snow. And again, right here, and then on an angle, somewhere here. All of a sudden, we're starting to see some perspective. I'm going to make another gray, blue, blue, burnt umber, white. And because I don't want to keep this part solid black, I'm just going to put a couple of kind of lines and movement here. It doesn't have to represent anything. Just not, we don't want to keep it solid black. Again, it could be a door or column, and it doesn't have to be perfect, or just kind of something happening. Again, I'm going to take a little bit of bluish gray. Take white, put it in. I know it might look a bit too strong at first when we put it on, but that's okay. It will dry darker. And again, something right here. Some gray. On an angle. Let's go a little bit darker now. Gray, less white, and then right here. Okay. Good. All right, I'm going to put the umbrella on and then we'll move on to another color. I'll take a break and then we'll move on to another color. We'll block in the traffic sign. Okay, this is really dark right here. But before I do this dark part here, I am going to do the umbrella. So I'm mixing again gray, but it's more like a more bluish gray than brown. Okay, I want to see the blue in there. And I'm gonna put it here. I don't want anything that's really strong right now. White, no strong white, just gray. Because I'm just blocking right now. I'm not highlighting. And this is a really good gray. It's kind of a bluish gray. I'm going to add more blue in here, a little bit more blue in the same gray I'm using to do the inside of the umbrella. I'm not highlighting yet. I'm just kind of, again, I'm still blocking. Now I'm going to mix dark, almost like a black, right here. Same mixture I was using for the rest and for the dark areas. And I'm just going to block this. Now, I'm going to take same bluish grayish color that I was using, and I'm going to put some snow over this. Goes all the way down, then again. And over here. And I'm just going to stop for now. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm mixing gray again, but slightly darker gray. And it's more, yeah, that's a good gray. It's more on the blue side. And I'm going to put the post for the traffic light. I'm going to paint this part. And I'm going to turn it around because it's easy for me to get a straight line. I'm using a small flat brush. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to do right now is take a bit of white, tiny bit of white, on the same brush, without cleaning my brush, just adding a little bit of white. And I'm going to highlight this part right here of the column of this post. I wipe my brush and then I'm just going to try to blend, soft blending, so it looks like it's round. There we go. Very, very quick kind of thing. Now, I'm going to move on to yellow ochre. Shall I pause a bit? Are you okay if I continue? Ingrid?
I'm not working on this one. I'm still doing 280.
Ah, okay.
Good, good.
You're good? Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to keep going then. Potini, are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to stop a bit?
No.
You're
Go
good?
ahead,
Okay.
Go ahead.
All
yes. Right now I'm watching.
Okay.
Because I need to redo a couple things.
Ah, okay. Okay. So I'm just blocking right now. So I'm just going to block with yellow ochre. All right. So I'm going to block the yellows right now. And I'm going to add, actually, before I start blocking, I'm going to add a bit of, this is yellow ochre right now here. I'm going to take a little bit of brown, burnt umber, because I don't want the yellow ochre to look too strong right now, because I'm just blocking. So anything, when I start blocking, I always block slightly darker. And then I start highlighting and adding detail and all of that. So this is good. Okay, so once we start highlighting, then I will add a bit of red when I use the red here. This needs a, all right, it needs a different brush. All right, let's do this for now. I change my brush. Round. It's easier for this, for these details. I'm adding touch of brown in here because it gives me a very nice dark earthy tone kind of yellow. Okay, all right, down here. So the blocking helps a lot in kind of putting colors and having kind of seeing the relationship of colors and shapes when you block first. Okay. What else? What else can we can put some here too, a little bit here. I take a bit of gray, dark gray, the blues and the blue and the brown, and some of this burnt sienna. Let's take some of this yellow ochre, put it in here. It's a little bit lighter, this yellow ochre, so I'm using just yellow ochre, no burnt umber in it, just yellow ochre for this. All right. this looked a little bit too strong, so I'm just kind of toning it down. Okay, I'm going to pause. All right, so we have blocked most of the colors in. Next time we will start working on more details, some more colors, and we'll take it from there.